What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video. I'm here. You guys probably already know who I'm with, but we have Maddie Lymburner.
Hello.
Thank you for being on the channel.
Of course.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me.
We just finished up doing London Veg Fest, so we were like running around for 2 days straight, talking to a bunch of people, trying like tons of different vegan food. We're super salty right now. I'm super dehydrated.
Yeah, me too.
So forgive us if we're not completely on point. Before, we're literally just about to like part ways, and then yeah, everyone's flying home and stuff. I wanted to have Maddie on here. I want to have you on here so that we could talk about, because in my comment section a lot, I get people saying like girls being like, you know, very girl-centric questions that I don't necessarily have the answers for.
Right,
But I figured it'd be perfect before we left to have you answer some of those.
Perfect.
So
Let's
yeah,
do it.
we have like maybe 4 or 5. Yeah, the first thing I hear a lot, or I think girls just like generally struggle with is like when they first transition over from a completely non-vegan diet, a lot of people eat like frozen foods and lots of like really packed together foods for them. And then they go vegan and they're like, I'm always hungry.
Right, yeah.
So like, what do you have to say about like the volume of food?
Yeah, when I first went vegan, actually, I think it's more so to do with when you're eating like denser foods like animal products, they're a lot lower in volume, but they're a lot higher in calories. So you feel a lot more satisfied on smaller portions of food.
Right.
So I wasn't used to eating so much fiber and such big portions of food. So I would eat like a banana for breakfast and I would be full, but then like 3 seconds later I'd be hungry and be like, what the heck, like I just felt full a second ago, like what am I doing wrong? So definitely don't be afraid to eat enough and eat more often, because you will probably get more hungry more often than you're used to, and eating enough is so crucial, because then you're not going to get cravings, and if you get cravings you might end up eating some crappy foods.
Ben and Jerry's non-vegan ice cream.
Yeah,
or
definitely,
vegan ice cream, yeah.
Definitely. And I struggled with that as well. So I wish that was something that I knew before I transitioned, you know, like don't be afraid to eat more often and eat larger portions of food, because plant foods are actually lower in calories, but they're higher in volume.
Right.
So you have to eat more to meet your calorie needs.
Yeah, and generally like if you're just switching over from a standard diet, and then you switch, and maybe you're vegan because of someone you watch, you're gonna start eating the way they eat. And generally, like you're saying, like a lot of us have a lot of vegetables kind of mixed into things.
Yeah.
And the volume really does like fill you up very fast.
Yeah.
Which is good for like weight loss, but you're right. If you eat too little, you're just like super low in energy. You're not doing well in the gym. Yeah, you need to have that energy to
you'll
do
struggle a little bit if you don't eat enough, so.
Perfect. Actually, I was talking to you about this earlier a little bit, like about what products you use and like deodorants and stuff like that. So do you have any advice for like base products that like a lot of girls will use, like I think it's called Secrets. It's like the deodorant. It's called Secrets, like the blue one.
That's what I used before, yeah.
Yeah, so.
A lot of people don't realize that. Well, I know like if you're going totally vegan, it's awesome for you to change over like all your personal hygiene stuff and your makeup and stuff like that, because we don't really want to be testing on animals and all that stuff. So I definitely did the big changeover, got rid of all my makeup and deodorant and shampoo and stuff. For deodorant, I forget the one that I'm using now, but the one that I used for years was called Jason, and it doesn't have any like parabens or any of like aluminum, especially.
Yeah,
putting that in your underarms close to your lymph node, like you don't really want that. Makeup wise, I use Mineral Fusion, Pacifica, Tarte has some good ones as well. There's so many ones. If you just search, like I'm sure PETA will have like a whole list of cruelty-free body care items.
So this is one that I get a lot, and this is one that I literally cannot address because I have no insight on this at all, but I get a lot in the comments, and people will be like, I want to go vegan, but I'm concerned about what's going to happen with my monthly cycle, like periods and all that kind of stuff. Do you have any like tips or just general insight?
So going back to the first question, if you're not eating enough and you're under eating consistently, you may lose your period, and some women actually do lose their period when they first go vegan. That didn't happen to me, surprisingly, even though I wasn't eating enough. I think I kind of caught that before that did happen. But I did notice like my cramps lessened. I'm still dealing with it, sort of like PCOS symptoms where I get super painful periods.
Literally the same,
ovarian
the same thing.
cysts, yeah. And that definitely has lessened eating a whole foods, plant-based diet. And I also decided to come off the birth control and all that good stuff. But yeah, definitely not as heavy periods. I know maybe too much information, but it's not as heavy. And yeah, a lot of women say that, you know, like cramps, periods, they've all like become a lot better since going vegan, eating whole food, plant-based.
It's funny because like no cars were in the alley.
I know, and now everybody's here.
Vitamins, iron, all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of girls have trouble with iron, I'd say. And then what I'll get is like a lot of girls will say, okay, well if I'm gonna cut out meat and stuff, what's gonna happen with like iron and all that kind of stuff? Do you have any?
I can share my personal story with that because I was
perfect.
very anemic before I went vegan. My doctor literally had no idea what was going on with me. He was giving me all these iron supplements. He was like, eat more red meat, more iron-rich foods, and I was doing all that, and my iron levels were so low. I was so tired all the time, and so I was like, I'm gonna change my diet. And I did a lot of research, and a lot of people were saying that going vegan actually did help them with like being anemic, and so I did that, and after like a month or so I was like, I'm gonna go to the doctor just to make sure, but I was feeling a lot better. And so my doctor walked in the room after he had the test results in his hands, and he was like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it because your blood is absolutely perfect. And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I couldn't even give you any answers, so whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But yeah, lots of leafy greens. Like if you're eating a wide variety of whole plant foods, you'll definitely be totally okay. But that's my personal story.
Would you say that like when you went vegan, you started eating more leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables?
Like I was a very picky eater. I would just eat lots of like processed foods and junk foods, not a lot of fresh whole foods. So when I did change over to that, I got a lot more nutrients in my food.
Right.
So yeah.
A lot of people ask this too, and generally I get a lot more, I think because there's a lot more girls that are vegan at the moment than there are guys. A lot of girls will say like, what do you have for advice? Because my boyfriend is totally not into the vegan thing. He's really nice to me about it and stuff, but he doesn't care at all about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe like family, friends. Do you have any advice when it comes to, like that other person in your life?
Yeah, so I'm very lucky. My boyfriend, partner for 5 years, who's behind the camera right now, he was the one who got me to go vegan, so I haven't had to deal with that personally. But what I always say is people want to be inspired rather than pushed. People don't want to be convinced to do things.
Then you get defensive.
Yeah.
It's like an attack on you, what you do.
And like veganism and food is such a huge part of our lives, and it's a huge thing for people to change. So you just gotta make them super tasty meals, get them to try things, allow them to take baby steps. If they have questions, provide them with as much resources as you can, but really try not to be that pushy, convincing person, because especially with loved ones, like if your mom tells you like, go clean your room, go clean your room, clean your room, clean your room, you're like, Mom, I'm not cleaning my room. I don't need to clean my room.
Totally.
Until you're like, okay, it's kind of dirty, maybe I should clean my room.
I'm grossed out by this on my own.
Yeah, so it's like that person needs to be ready to make the change. So all you can do is just provide them with what they need in the moment, which is lots of tasty food. I think that's like the best thing, especially for guys. Like guys love to eat. Like ladies, make them some delicious looking food, tasting food, and be like, oh yeah, by the way, that's vegan.
And then you'd be like, I don't feel like making my own food, so I will eat that. And then they try it, and then they're like, babe, could you make that again for me?
Yeah.
So those are the questions that I had. Maybe I'll do another one in the future with Maddie or another person. But I really,
this was great.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on the channel and doing this. It's super cool.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, of course. You guys are going to South Africa now.
Tomorrow, we leave for South Africa.
For a month, but maybe more.
It's a one-way ticket, so we don't know.
So sick, like that's the freaking coolest thing ever. Yeah. That's what I want to do in the future. But anyways, if you guys have not checked her out yet, I'll put the link for her Instagram, her YouTube, check it out in the description below. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure absolutely to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die Myron, motherfucker. Team Beyond the Week. CT, lift heavy.